tuning into another episode of Take 10 on Tuesdays. I'm Jason Luntz. Now, as you may already have known, this week at the Tribune, we are all about Tennessee State University. Next week, we have some exciting events at the school. We have the homecoming, and we also have the Presidential Inauguration. Today, I have the opportunity to sit down with the co-chairs of the Inauguration Committee, Mr. Richard Lewis and Ms. Barbara Murrell. Hello, how are you today?
Fine, how are you today, sir?
Great, how are you?
Good morning.
Good.
I'm so excited I have a chance to talk to you both. I know that there are so many great events going this week or next week, and I just want to get right into it. So first, is there anything that you want to say about this exciting event?
I'm just excited to be here with Mr. Lewis this morning to talk with you about the inauguration of Dr. Glover, who is the 8th president of Tennessee State University. And the university is very excited about this activity, and we want the community to join us in this celebration.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Now, what do we have to look forward to starting next week?
We have a list of exciting activities, homecoming as well as inauguration. But the inauguration activities begin on Wednesday. And the students have some exciting activities for the campus. They have a processional, and they have a student activity in amphitheater. And that will be on Wednesday starting next week.
Okay.
Then on Thursday, we have a prayer breakfast, and the community ministers and people of the community will join us in that prayer breakfast, and it will be held at 7:30. Following that prayer breakfast will be a symposium on the downtown campus of TSU, and the subject of that symposium is the Common Core. It deals primarily with education and our students in K through 12. We have some outstanding speakers who will be a part of that symposium. After the symposium, we'll have a group of alumni who contributed greatly to the university financially, and there's a luncheon for them. And then that afternoon, From the Rough, which is a presentation of the life of Dr. Katana Starks. That's a movie that will be featured across the United States soon, and we have an opportunity to do the premiere here during our inauguration. So that will be at 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and they will show the movie.
Okay.
Then the next day, which is Friday, will be the outstanding event of the inauguration of Dr. Glover. We have people coming from across the United States to join us with this, delegations coming from different colleges across the United States. So at 9 o'clock in Gentry Center, we want to invite the entire community to come out and join us. This is only the 8th time in the history of TSU, which is now 101 years old, that inauguration has taken place because Dr. Glover is the 8th president. So this is a unique time in history for students, community, the family at TSU to be a part of a historic event.
Oh, great.
Now, Dr. Lewis will tell us about the gala.
Well, Jason, I guess you can see that we need everyone to cancel all of their appointments and to be available
Yes.
at Tennessee State University next week, beginning on Wednesday. But as a business person, I stay focused on one particular affair, and my particular affair, along with my co-chair, Barbara Murrell, is the inaugural gala, which will be at Opryland Hotel this coming Friday night. As you know, the inauguration is that morning, but that evening we will have a great celebration. We have tables of 10, and we've sold over 1,500 tables
Wow.
at this particular point in time.
Wow.
All right. So we will have a lot of people there. All right. Let me say this. The most important thing is for individuals to participate there by buying tickets or buying a table. Because what we will do after expenses are taken care of, we would like to make sure that we have adequate funds to provide scholarships for students here at Tennessee State University. And based upon our calculation at this particular point in time, it seems that we will have in excess of $500,000 to provide scholarships for students here at Tennessee State University.
And that's the money you're raising from the gala.
That is exactly right. You know, the interesting thing about all of this, and I like to talk about this, Tennessee State University is in business for one thing. That is to educate and graduate students.
Yes.
So in order for that to happen, oftentimes we have to provide some local support as well as some of their own home support. So that's why we have these funds available for those students. And that will take care of a successful inauguration and gala for the 8th president, Dr. Glenda Glover of Tennessee State University. By the way, an alumnus of Tennessee State University.
Alumnus of Tennessee State University.
1974, if I am
1974?
correct. That is
Before
correct.
she graduated?
That's right.
That's great. That's great. Now, this decision for the gala to also be a way to raise money for scholarship, did that come from the top down? Was that something everyone discussed?
We have 3 co-chairs under the leadership of the president of Tennessee State University. And because we put our heads together under this leadership with the 3 co-chairs, we knew that we had one affair that we had to have in order to raise funds. So not only that, there is a committee of individuals that are working on this particular affair. And many people have contributed to this affair. So it is not any one person, but it is under the leadership, along with the co-chairs, along with the committees that came up with this idea and that have now been able to say we have successfully been able to raise funds for the students at Tennessee State University.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Now, you mentioned there was 3 co-chairs, so you both are co-chairs and there's another individual.
That is correct.
Okay.
His name is Ronald Smith. He's the regional vice president of, I almost said First American National Bank. That's where I used to work, but it is now called Regions Bank.
Regions Bank,
That
yes.
is correct.
They are very supportive in the
Yes.
community. Yeah,
And
Regions Bank.
I think it should be pointed out that Regions, under his leadership, has already provided $100,000 to help us out in this particular affair.
We should
So
definitely
they need
point
to
that
be
out.
thanked
Yes,
for what
thank you,
they've
Regions.
done.
Yes, I have noticed that they are definitely very active in the community. That's a beautiful thing.
Along with Opryland Hotel, I have to give a shout out for them too.
Opryland
They've
Hotel
done
as
a
well.
great job in assisting us in making this gala be a successful one.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Now, let me just turn it to both of you. So you're both on this committee. So TSU is very important to you. Maybe you can both talk a little bit about your personal histories with the university. And we can start with you.
Okay, I came to Tennessee State University as a freshman in 1956. I graduated in 1960 as well as did further study at Tennessee State University. I've also worked at the university for over a period of 40 years. And I'm excited to come back and assist in this celebration because Dr. Glover was one of my students when she was at Tennessee State
All
University in
right.
1974.
That's beautiful.
And
Wow.
I must
Great.
also add that in addition to what Mr. Lewis has stated in terms of getting together and wanting to make this a successful event to raise money for students, it was Dr. Glover's idea also to say that she did not want this inauguration to be just about her. She wanted it to be about the university and the opportunity to raise money for students. So we all work together on making that happen because students are very important to Tennessee State University
Yes,
and to
yes.
the community as well.
Yes. Yes, so it's about them. That's great. That's great. So you were a student here, and then you worked here, and now you're still here helping out.
That's exactly
That's
right.
great.
It is a joy to do all of those.
That's great. That's great. And what about you, Mr. Lewis?
Well, I'm sitting here thinking about that famous commercial by GE, General Electric. Students are our most important product here at Tennessee State
That's
University.
right. That's right.
Now, when you talk about me, I always tell folk there used to be an advertising on with a local tire company, and his name was Tom Polk, and he said, "Home owned, home operated, and home managed." Well, that's me. This is home. I'm operating here, and I'm managed here. I came to Tennessee State University in 1962. Graduated in 1966, worked my entire time while I was here on work study program, paying $40 a month in order to help me out pay my tuition, which was $62.55 a quarter back during that time.
Wow.
I have stayed here in Nashville, and I have participated in a number of affairs I held the position of treasurer for the Alumni Association for 11 years after I graduated from Tennessee State University. I was very fortunate to have been appointed by Governor Lamar Alexander to the Tennessee Board of Regents in 1981, and I served in that capacity for 9 years. I was very blessed to have been a part of 5 different presidents here at Tennessee State University. If you want to know a real secret, my blood does run blue and it runs white. All right. So the bottom line is, whatever I can do for Tennessee State University, I have done, I will do.
That's beautiful. That's great. That's great. So you both have a long and cherished history here at the university. So you both were the perfect people to be a part of this committee, in my opinion.
Thank you.
You know what? I would agree with you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, I've been asking people a lot about this because we're excited about this. You know, at the Tribune, we have a woman who is our publisher, and we definitely love to see successful women in higher education and business. So I would like to know what your opinions are about the historical presence of having the first female president here at the university.
Well, you know, I'm very excited about that, and I'm sure the community is excited as well. I was named Vice President of Student Affairs at Tennessee State University in 1981, and I was the first Vice President that was female for the State Board of Regents system. So now I have the opportunity of seeing the first President of Tennessee State University selected and will be inaugurated on the 25th of October. So I am excited, I'm happy, and this is a fun time for the community, and particularly for women, because it does show that we can excel, and she has done a fantastic job in her career. She's one of 2 women in the United States of America who are African American, who have the JD, the PhD, and the CPA. And
JD,
we're also happy
CPA.
at Tennessee State to notice that the second woman, Dr. Ruthie Reynolds, in the United States with that combination of degrees, also works at Tennessee State University.
No, wait a second. Really?
So we're excited about
wow,
women
that's
at Tennessee
great.
State.
Yes, I see it.
Yeah.
Just as you are excited about the president of the Tribune being a woman,
Yes.
we are equally excited about Dr. Glover and Dr. Reynolds, Ruthie Reynolds, being here at Tennessee State University. But you know the most important part about all of this, once again, Dr. Glenda Aston Glover is a graduate of Tennessee State
Yes.
University. So that says an awful lot about what we do at this particular school. And the story is not told enough, in my judgment, with the number of successful quote-unquote leaders that have graduated from Tennessee State University.
Yes.
It is an icon in this community, and is the world's best kept secret, in my judgment, right now,
I definitely
what comes
agree.
out of Tennessee State University.
I definitely agree. I have to say that I have been pleasantly surprised about the many community leaders and business leaders that I meet often here in Nashville that are graduates of this university. And it's very impressive. And I think it should be discussed more. And I'm going to do my part as a journalist to get that story out more.
Well, good. So come and visit us again and have an interview with Dr. Glover herself.
Yes,
As
yes.
soon as she can slow down just a little bit,
I
because
know.
she's on some skates right now.
Oh, man.
Trying to do something for her alma mater. But more importantly, something for this community, leading this university.
Yes, yes. That is so true. And before I let you go, my last question is, are there any tickets left for the gala?
Well, let me just put it to you like this. They say, to whom much is given, much is required.
Yes.
And there's another saying that says, you make a life by what you give, not by what you get. So if you need a ticket, we'll make sure we get you one.
That's great. That's great. And where can people find out that information? Is it on the TSU website?
Yes, individuals can go to the Tennessee State University website. That's www.tennstate.edu. And there's a big yellow block there that says Presidential Inauguration Information.
Okay.
So they can purchase tickets online
Okay.
at that blog, or they may call Tennessee State University 963-5000 and ask for the gala information,
Okay.
and the operator will take them directly to our development program.
Okay. Well, I want to say that if you haven't purchased a ticket, you should. You know, they're going to be there. I'm going to be there too, wearing a nice suit, so you might want to come by the gala. I definitely want to thank both of you for taking time out of your busy schedule to speak to us today. It has definitely been my pleasure. And I look forward to an exciting week.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
and
It's
thank
our
you for
privilege.
this opportunity.
Oh, thank you
And
so
for the
much.
paper as well.
Oh,
The
thank you
Tennessee
so much.
Tribune has always been a very good friend of Tennessee State University, and we thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. We definitely believe that this is a pillar in our community, and we do the best we can to help support and get the word out.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And once again, you've been watching Take 10 on Tuesday with the Tennessee Tribune.